Bayonetta is a widely popular video game that was released earlier this year in the US and late last year in Japan for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It sold over 1 million units in just 4 months. The game stars a character named Bayonetta. It's your basic story of a shape-shifting witch dressed in skin-tight leather who can turn into giant cats and has a small arsenal of weapons, including whips.
Come on.
And of course she's lost her memories, and there's some evil demon horde, and there's a magical gem of the world, something something, and so forth, but all of that is besides the point when it comes to this game. First, the positive things about the game. She's a single mother, and that's kind of it. So on to the negatives. She carries with her 4 pistols, 2 of which are strapped to her high-heeled boots, which provide the perfect opportunity for her to contort her body into pornographic poses, including spreading her legs and doing a little flip in the air to kill the bad guys. When she lands, she does a little sexy pose for the player, complete with the sound of a camera shutter snapping. But it gets even better, because one of her most powerful weapons involves her stripping all her clothes off and turning her hair into an evil demon weapon fighting machine. Did you get that? The whole taking all her clothes off in order to use her hair as a weapon? Because clearly you can't use your hair to drag demons down to hell if you're fully clothed. Predictably, the internet is now infested with gamers' screen captures of various ways that they got Bayonetta naked. As if this pornographic, overly sexualized, animated representation isn't bad enough, the way that Bayonetta restores her power is by sucking on a lollipop. But I'm not really here to discuss the overly sexualized adolescent male fantasy that Bayonetta is, but rather talk about part of the game's marketing strategy. To advertise the release of the game, its marketing company placed 2 6-foot-long banners in Shinjuku Station in Tokyo. This ad featured the Bayonetta logo with a large rectangular space filled with small cards that enticed passersby to peel them off and take them home. The cards had a lipstick kiss on the front and Bayonetta's gun-strapped leg on the inside. Once a few of these cards were removed, it was clear that Bayonetta was lying naked underneath. She only had her hair wrapped around her body to cover up her naughty bits. Yes, that's right, not only is the game created to and encourages players to undress her during gameplay, because it's basically a choose-your-own patriarchal adventure porno fantasy, but now the advertisers are inviting passersby to physically strip her naked in the subway station. Instead of being at least a little bit outraged by this, bloggers all over the internet were celebrating this as an innovative and successful ad campaign. Women's bodies are constantly used to sell products, including video games, specifically targeted at young men. But this interactive ad campaign takes objectifying women's bodies to a whole nother level by asking people to actively participate in doing misogyny. The ad encourages participation in physical harassment, and this is especially alarming in context of how women are treated in Japanese subways. In 2008 in Tokyo alone, there were 2,000 reported cases of men groping women. And that's only the amount that was reported. In another survey, 64% of women reported being groped on trains and subways. The harassment of women is so bad that the subway system even introduced women-only passenger cars as a way to curb this sexual harassment. Women's-only passenger cars have been introduced in many other places such as Egypt, Taiwan, Brazil, and Mexico, and frankly I'm surprised we don't have them in the US because the levels of harassment that women face here as well. Harassment is at such epidemic levels that they've even put up advertising campaigns and public service announcements in the Japanese subways. While there's action being taken to try to curb this behavior, such as the women-only passenger cars and the public service announcements, right next door is this Bayonetta ad that is encouraging this predatory behavior.